Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. And we have a distasteful discussion today for you. But before we get started, we're going to announce some things. Lovely Vibes is having a poetry contest right now. You go to Jay Shanice's Poetry Corner on Facebook and you enter on there your poetry piece. The deadline is actually April 30th, which is tomorrow. So you want to get your pieces in. Also, we have the Mother's Day Purple Heart raffle going on. So you go to Facebook or TikTok, you can put a Purple Heart, inbox me or DM me your phone number for contact, and you're entered into the contest for the Mother's Day Purple Heart raffle. Also, to let you know ahead of time that next week's show, we will be airing something very sensitive and very it's emotional. We will not be airing it on Facebook. We will be airing it on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Reasons being, Facebook has gave us many problems about domestic violence and other situations like this as well, where it's missing people and it's not released until a week later. So we will not be airing next week's show, which will be on young lady, 25-year-old mother from Austin, Texas. She on April 16th, she went out to a party, invited out with some friends. On the 17th, they realized that she had not returned. They did find her and she was deceased. They are fighting for justice at this moment. She had friends at the party where she was jumped, and they doing an investigation now. So everybody keep your, heads bowed, hands together in prayer for this family here as they fight for justice. But next week we will be airing the story on this young lady from Austin, Texas. Now on with the show. From Austin, Texas, we have for you our assistant co-host, Denise. Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Yes, we were waiting on the other members to come on.
hmm
Fletcher is going to be a little late today, so we will go on and we'll wait for him to pop in. Hopefully, Dwight will be popping in
King D
because
is around. King D is around.
King
You get
D's.
ready.
Okay, then we'll have King D coming into the building. So on top of this, we've been working together for the Mother's Day basket,
Yes.
and it's been so exciting, but also exhausting at the same time. So, do you want to inform everyone, like some of the things that's going to be included in our baskets? Because I mean, there's some good stuff.
Feel good stuff. Feel good stuff. Pampering, luxury, comfort. Like we ladies like it. Spoiledness. That's what we having in these baskets.
Yes, yes, yes. So y'all have a treat in. We do have some. We do have a handful of tickets that's already in,
Yes.
and it's been exciting. Bath and Body Works, and
Ooh,
things of meditation.
smell
I'm
good.
saying some of the stuff smells so good to where I'm
And
like,
some
oh, I gotta
candles.
order me some.
Don't forget the candles now. The
Oh,
candles, the most important part.
yes, and we're just waiting on a few more things to come in for the Mother's Day gift baskets, and we're going to be airing them. Actually, it's going to be two baskets, two of them. So
Yes.
we'll be pulling two names for the raffle on May 13th. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets in. All you got
hmm
to do is go to TikTok under Spicy Gray or either Facebook Spicy Gray as well.
Yes.
Put your purple hearts up and send DM me your phone number. If you can't find my name, look over here at Miss Denise and you
I'm
can
here.
send her the numbers. I know some people say, well, why do we need the numbers? Well, Spicy Gray and the Unspoken Heart, we do it different here. We
Yes.
love to hear the reactions live, and we like to include the viewers also in order for they can get a feel of the joy as well. So
Mhm.
when we ask for your number, it's not given out, it's protected. Once the raffle is over, I do delete it from my DMs. I do not keep them. So if we do have another raffle, you do have to give your number again because I don't keep these numbers.
Right.
And also for the ones that know me personally or have my number, yes, you still got to send your number. It sounds retarded, but you still got to send it. You got to follow.
Still gotta send it. Follow the rules.
Yes. So that's been so great. And I mean, we have one big basket, which we call number one, and I guess it's medium size or number
Yeah,
two.
medium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
both
a
of them
good
will be
size.
having an autograph book for me, a CD, along with stuff like she said to meditate and to feel good. So make sure you get
Mhm.
your tickets in. But also, she doesn't know yet. But I've also started on the Father's Day. We can't forget the daddies now. Can't
Don't
forget
forget the
that.
daddies.
No, we can't do that. But we got the Father's Day going, and I'm gonna tell you, girl, the body
What
works I got for them. Oh,
I saw some of that. Oh my
mm,
goodness. I
it's
almost
nothing.
want to put my name in on the cool. Look.
Yes, and one of these baskets will also have a T-shirt from the Unspoken Heart.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to support and stand your ground and show that your fight against domestic abuse.
Yeah.
So we got all of those good things in there, along with something to to chew on or whatever. So you'll
Mhm.
also have the some sweets up in there because I love to do the candy heart lollipops. So
Yes. Ain't nothing like the feel good, get the facial, get the soak in, and get your candy on.
yes. Now you've seen the videos of our award when we got one more to go, but it's got to be
Uh-huh.
shipped and it's going to another state. So
Oh.
we still have the main person, the powerful poet of the year, that's got to receive her award.
Mhm.
But what was your insight? Your feeling when you saw the award winners live?
I, it was feel good that we did something, and I'm excited for the next year.
Oh yes, yes. And which one was the most emotional one for you?
It was the babies.
Y-
It was
Yes.
the babies. I love the children. The excitement on their face, the surprising. It made me feel happy. It didn't make me cry. It just made me happy.
Yes, especially Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Uh, that was a surprise within itself because me and the mom planned it together to
Hmm.
surprise him at school in front of his classmates.
Yeah.
So, as you see on the live video, when we went into the room, he didn't know what was going on. Miss Angela started clapping. The kids started clapping, like, okay, what we
What's
clapping
going
for?
on here?
You know? And so, after that, it was like, he turned and he just like wondered what's going on while he's clapping. And he looks at his mom and dad and says, what are you doing here? So yeah, I say he had the most memorable reaction, when it came down to the poetry awards.
Yeah.
So
You know what though?
yeah.
Uh, the one that got me the most was the telephone call though.
Oh yeah.
That exciting telephone call. That was awesome.
Yes. I mean, we do this every year, and
Hmm.
I thank God that we're able to do this. You
Yeah.
know, we will next year. We will have a plaque for each category,
Hmm.
so that each one will receive a plaque. Also, I say Miss Clady was a good one as well. Her reaction, and I mean the hug was just So we do give out the trophies. We each, me and Denise, we carefully choose a different trophy every month. I mean, every year. That way, it won't be the same one repeated. I like to get something different.
Yeah.
And just keep in mind that like I explained to the powerful poor, these trophies are heavy. So when I have to
Yeah.
ship them out of state, there's a weight to them. So it's like the shipping is more. We do not charge the winners for the shipping and handling.
No.
That's solely on us. When you win something. So she's been very patient. I cannot wait to see her face. When she opened it. So she's supposed to be calling me on video once she get the package. So
Well, I'd love to see that. I can't wait
yes,
to see
yes,
it.
I cannot wait. But as we waiting on the men,
And they
women
talk
have
about us being late as women. We supposed to want to be fashionably late.
Well,
Huh.
Mr. Fletcher had a good excuse. Mr. Fletcher
I'm
had
not trying to
no,
hear.
no, no. He did. He was at another interview. He was at an interview. So he did text. He said, "I'll be late." He said, "But I'm on my way home now." So he'll be in shortly. But women's perspectives are different from men. That's
Yeah.
why on the show, I love the fact that we have men included as well. And Mr. Dwight, this was actually his topic.
Yes.
He had, and I don't know why he's not here, but he actually posted something on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
that was very intriguing for a topic, and he questioned the people on Facebook. He said, after being in a relationship or married to somebody for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then after 10 years that person cheats, would you stay in that relationship? So that's what we're going to talk about.
This is gonna be
Very
interesting.
interesting. So y'all make sure we're going to have the phone lines up. So if y'all have any comments, questions, or just want to give a suggestion, make sure you pop in so that way we can get it in and get it answered or whatever you like. So tune in after this break here. As I sit with head bowed to land, through my fingers fall the silky sand. Eyes pause lifeless without a moment's blink, putting mine at halts time to patiently think. What seed did I sow in my life's causing reap? Leaving heart's hour passing so deep. To be loved, cherished, and protected from all harms, drawled closely, buried deep within his arms. On bending knee, gently placing tender kisses. These are the images a woman sincerely missing. But in her devotion, what was to gain? Just to be inflicted from years of pain? Vowing never again in giving her heart away, allowing him entrance, then going astray. While laying back, yielding nature her needs to tend, whispering winds exhale her towards sunset end. Now, as y'all listen to that CD, and I like to say, because Facebook mutes my stuff too. I do own the rights to that. That is actually the Unspoken Heart CD. Some of the pieces on that CD is derived from out of the first book of the Unspoken Heart. The reason why I did the CD is for the ones that are blind but still can hear. So if you're interested in purchasing that CD, just contact me in my DMs on either TikTok or Facebook, or you can email me at the Unspoken Heart 70 at AOL.com. Now, I know it's just us women. Like I said, I like to have the men in here to
You
get
may
a different.
you may have to send King D the link again because I tried to send it and it might not have gotten to him all the way.
Oh, he needs to. I thought I sent it to him. Didn't I send it to him?
I don't know.
Okay, let me see here. Give us just a second so we can get a man in here before I actually.
Ask these questions.
Yes, because I like to have two
Opinions.
two sides. Okay, I've sent it to him, and
Okay.
if y'all want to call in, while this is live, we do have some comments as well that we're going to read off. And hello, Tasha. Thank you for tuning in. That's my sissy. Mr.
And
Bossman. Hey, it's been a long time. And then also Mr. Britton. Hey, how you doing? He says anything is possible with time and using that time to have honest conversation about the issues. Just just need to say, hey, and that I love you all. We
all
love you
right.
too. We love you too. Now, while we wait on King D to come in, I'm gonna ask you your question because I know women's perspectives are different. And as you know, to me, it's like people have rewritten what relationships are really truly about.
Yeah.
And in my perspective, I say dating lost the value behind a relationship.
Hmm.
Because when it comes down to it, my thing is if you cannot be true to that one person, I don't care if it's in a relationship, because like we discussed before, dating and being in a relationship is two different things,
Yes.
you know. But when it come down to being in a relationship with someone, I feel like if you're gonna be with that one person, be with that one person. Because at the same time, you're constructing yourself towards something serious. Even if that's engagement, marriage, or whatever.
Yes.
I
And
don't.
it's unhealthy.
Yes. So when they say, okay, if you're dating, you can date anybody you want to. You can be with anybody you want to. I know you explained that to me, and I'm like,
Hmm.
but then when you broke it down, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So why don't you break down in your own perspective? What do you before we even get into the topic? What Dwight had posted,
Uh-huh.
because we'll get to that. But we want to say where everybody's mind is at when it comes down to being in a relationship. So, in your perspective, what is the difference with you when it comes down to dating and being in a relationship?
Well, dating to me is dating. That's just what it's. Yeah, I have to remember I'm an older woman. This is my mindset. Dating, and I'm not saying I didn't do it because I messed up on that department myself. But dating to me is courting. You're dating, you're going to the movies, you're eating dinner, you're having conversation, and you can pretty much talk to whoever you want. You know, dating is dating. You can talk to whoever you want. But when you become in a relationship, let's say that you decide that you want to take it a step, skip the whole boyfriend girlfriend thing, and move on into like getting engaged because you done dated a long time. So you getting engaged. That means you're exclusive to this one person. You're not dating anymore. You're exclusive. So any dating outside of this is null and void.
Yeah, I
That's my
agree.
opinion on it.
And I have to agree with you because, I guess coming up, I started off late. You know, I had my first child at 19. I was a virgin all the way up until I was 18, late
Hmm.
18. And that was just
Yes.
me. So when you said dating, back then I was like, okay, we're dating, then you shouldn't be dating nobody else if you're going to date me. But then like when you broke it down, I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of
It
sense.
makes a whole bunch of sense.
Yeah, it's like when you go on to date, they're just like you go on a date with your mom and dad, you go on a date with your girlfriends. It's just a date to see,
Yeah.
when you're going out with a man, to me, it's like I'm dating just to see is this somebody I really be
Yeah.
interested in.
It might be 4 or 5 people you're dating. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to sleep with them. You're just dating. You're going out trying to get to know the person, see if you're compatible. That's dating. Now, if you start sleeping with all these people, that turns you into a whole nother category. And I ain't gonna say I didn't do it, but I didn't
Okay,
get.
my thing is, if that's another thing, if you dating and you end up in a bedroom, does that
Yeah.
solidify that y'all in a relationship?
Well, yes and no, because if the guy just want to be a whore bag and he just want to sleep with you, or she want to be a whore bag and just want to sleep with you on a dating situation, that's a whole other category right there.
True, true, true. Yeah, because I feel like me, I'm very protective about my body. You know,
Hmm.
I still have 10 toes and some fingers left, so I was very protective about my body, especially
Yeah,
nowadays with the type of diseases that's out there now.
got some deadly stuff out there.
Yeah, you have to be careful in
Hmm.
how you open your body.
Yep.
So my thing is that do you feel when it comes in order to get somebody from being misconstrued about okay, this is just a sleep night, this ain't something that's
We're
gonna
not
go into a
dating.
relationship, do you feel like it should be discussed at the beginning before you head to the bedroom saying okay, these is what the guidelines are?
Well, I think because of with communication, like with the whole point of me saying communicate, as far as like dating, that's what that conversation's for. Express what you are getting out of this situation. Or you just want to date me for tonight and you want to just sleep with me tonight. Let me know now right now. We can call this a boy and no, we don't have to take it any further. I
And I agree with that. I really agree with that, I truly do. Because my thing is if you're not seeing someone as in after you have dinner, like okay, I'm kind of feeling this person. If I feel like okay, we're gonna go sleep, okay, wait a minute, hold up, okay, what are we doing here? Are we making a step towards getting to know each other, or this is just a one night stand, or are we going to have just dive into relationship?
But unfortunately, a lot of people don't even believe in dating anymore. They
uh,
think dating is sleeping with the person.
Exactly, exactly. And I that there, because like I said, as time went on, people have changed, the true meaning behind, being
Dating.
in a relationship. And that's where I had a problem at, because I was like, okay, these people are, you get in a relationship, you wait till after you sleep with that person, which I
Hmm.
feel like I said, let me know now, but you wait till after you sleep with that person, more or less like, okay, I got what I want. And
I
then
don't
you
want to be
say,
with you anymore.
yeah, it's like saying, okay, now I'm just like, I'm not looking to be in a relationship, you
Be
know,
honest.
you was a lot of fun. That kind of gives somebody the mixed messages, especially if they feel like, okay, their mindset is on what the difference between, okay, we just going to eat and we're going back to have a nightcap, then okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna have a relationship. And so, it's like people can't get misconstrued with that. And I like what comedian said. She said, and hello, how you doing? Welcome to the show. She says dating is more like getting to know each other.
Yes.
And that's what I feel.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to consist of sleeping with that person.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know me personally, first date, I'm not sleeping with you. That's out
Nope.
the mind. Okay. We're going to have a good understanding. When you invite me out to dinner, what are we doing? We're going out to the movie, we're going to eat, but I'm letting you know there is no going back to your house because I don't know you. And there's none of that because
We're
really,
not going back for coffee.
right, right. Actually, and everyone, we want to welcome in King D. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I be missing you when you don't be on this show. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my cast listeners. He's one of our speakers. So very knowledgeable young man. So King D, we were just
Yes,
having
ma'am.
a discussion about relationships,
Uh-huh.
and we know men's perspective on relationships could very different from what a woman is.
Hmm.
So when you say relationship and just dating, what is your opinion on that?
Okay, okay. a relationship, a relationship. I feel like it's something that's committed. that you're committed, like you're almost not really married. You can't be cheating and all that. Now, dating, you can date anybody. Like I feel like dating is a pool. You know what I'm saying? Like you can dive in the pool anytime you want to because you're just dating. But oh, is it my turn? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Um,
It's okay.
but yeah, um, dating is a pool. I feel like, and then the relationship is committed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you believe in the fact that, okay, should a person necessarily, I mean, everybody have their own opinion, to each his own, but what is your feeling on, okay, we're going out to eat in the movie. Now we're going back to the house and we're entering behind closed doors. So what is your feeling on that? Because, some people say, okay, if I'm going to sleep with you, that means we're getting into a relationship.
Yeah, that definitely don't necessarily mean that. It means just the date just done went into overtime. That's just still a date. I mean, but some people, like you said, some people don't think of it like that. They think of it as they get a physical
Appetizer.
connection. Yeah, they get a physical connection, and sometimes it
Mm-hmm.
just no, like it just went into overtime. That's what I look at it as.
And see that's something that you would say, that physical connection,
Mm-hmm.
because I know coming up, my grandmother used to say, when you sleep with that one person, you sleep with everybody they slept with, but you're picking up that spirit or that
That
character.
drinking.
And that's something to think about, because it's like, okay, you're too quick to be friendly with your goods, but do you think about what you could be picking up as well?
Yes,
That's true.
that's the question. Like I said, I told him you wasn't on, but I said dating should be just that, dating. It shouldn't be consistent of sleeping with people and stuff like that, because that's how stuff gets transferred around. Negative energies, sexual diseases, bad obsessions, all kind of crazy stuff can happen. So it's best that you just stick to dating, like the dating of the word, and stop trying to change the word dating into I need a nightcap. You know, that's just not how it should be.
And I personally agree with that, because you have people out here, and I mean, I've be straightforward with my kids. Well, mom, I wrap it up. That don't stop from the crab sliding across. That don't,
No,
no.
craft and crawl.
You have to be more protective of your body, because
Yes.
when I look at my body, I look at my body as a valuable jewel. This is something valuable.
Hmm.
So is it worth risking, like Russian roulette, by just sleeping with somebody on the first date and not really knowing them? Because nowadays, the way I see it, nowadays, you're better off saying, okay, before we go there, we need to go visit the clinic.
I think
Because
so.
because
Lucky.
back in the day, in order to get, oh, look at him, hey, mister. Back, way back in my grandmother's
Yeah,
days, in order to get the woman in bed, you had to marry her.
you're right.
Now it's so freely advertised and issued to where you don't have to go far.
Yeah,
It's
it's like a coupon you can pick up off the counter. It says just pick up one, but you can pick up as many as you want.
Yes, yes, and I mean, I believe that. And Miss Latasha says, I agree with that. I agree with that. We both to go get checked to make sure we both a street, and that way we both consent to know, so we can do it whatever we want. And I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, because like I said, now it's just so much out there now.
Too much. I
And
got the hiccups. I'm sorry.
you have to be careful, because I know a case, this was over 10 years ago, where a woman ended up suing her husband because she came up with AIDS, and he had cheated on her. So she, being that it was against her will and he did that, she won the case.
Because that's attempted murder.
Exactly. And it was just that the fact that, okay, people don't think when you do things that that other person that you lay with has the right
Hmm.
to know or have an opinion whether they want to enter into something like this or not.
Yes,
But see,
I
when
think
you taking
people should
these
be
risks,
honest.
you playing Russian roulette with your body, with your
Hmm.
life. When you just openly just sleep with somebody without really knowing the history behind them.
Right.
So you have to be careful with people that you do date with.
Yeah, you do. It was an incident where, poor girl, but it was an incident where this young lady, she was a virgin, and she ended up getting with somebody and ended up sleeping with this person, got pregnant, and during her, you do labs, ended up she had HIV.
Wow, wow.
Hmm.
And see, my thing is that that's what go back because you also have malicious people out here.
Hmm.
And me, I have a trust problem because we all been through something to where people have betrayed and deceived us, but you become wiser and you learn from it. But
Yes.
my thing is that you, being careful is more than just saying, okay, all I did was kiss them. You don't know what people carry only because they look clean or they smell clean. That doesn't mean they totally clean. They ain't got the bill of
No,
health.
they
You
have
know,
hidden secrets.
yeah. So when you do these things, make sure that you get to know them because your body, you know, that's something that you should value. And
Hmm.
Camilla says your body is your temple. Thank you. So you should treat it as such. And I agree. I totally
I
agree with her
one
on
hundred
that.
percent agree with that.
And see, some people they don't care. And it's just like asking a question or telling them you need to learn how to love yourself. Well,
Hmm.
I do love myself. Oh, you do? Then why are
Do
you
you?
sleeping with
Do
so
you?
many men openly like this? Why are you sleeping with so many women like this?
Hmm.
Because you do have malicious people out here, and we've seen it on the internet where people who got on the internet and say, okay, these are all the people that I contracted AIDS to.
Yeah, you got malicious people that said this is like that one guy did with all the little black girls. I forgot his name. That he was going around giving his black girls, young black girls, AIDS,
And
very
see, the
young.
thing about it is that they're so mad that they have this disease.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, the person you should be mad at
It's the
is
person that gave it to you.
not just the person that gave it to you, but yourself.
Yeah, because you didn't protect yourself.
Because you didn't take those cautious steps in order to make sure that you were safe.
Yeah.
So now you're mad at the world and you want to say, okay, this person did this to me and I didn't know. So I'm going to just get attracted to everybody. So,
Hmm.
that's why I talk to my children and I talk to them openly. And as parents, we all should. But see, as parents, we should also live by that example,
Yeah.
because some of us don't. You know, be very cautious with your body. But,
Hmm.
when we talk about dating, that's what we do have to be careful with,
Right.
because even in dating, men and women need to be careful because if
Hmm.
you don't, when you go on a date, make sure somebody has the address where you at, the picture, and I take a picture of the lights. They don't know. I take a picture of the license plates, and I sit there and I send it to my daughter. I send it to my mother or my friend. Okay, this is who I'm with, so that way they know who I'm with. If anything comes up, this is
Hmm.
what we had on. Even at 42 years old, I did. Mom, I'm going out with the postal workers. I'm still in my uniform. This is where we're going to be, because in this days and time, we do not know the
Uh,
person that we're with.
I have to agree with you on that because we did. I did the same thing too in my earlier days. Let my parents know. Well, even though I'm grown, I still let my parents. If it's not my parents, I let my sisters.
Yeah, anybody close,
Hmm.
you let them know. Yes, this is where I'm going to be at.
Hmm.
I'm trying to see why this fan went off. There we go. But being safe is more than just saying I wrapped it up.
Yeah.
You have to protect your body. You you got to protect your life because there are dangerous people out here. Like I warn my kids and my friends about online dating. Be,
Oh,
the online dating is very dangerous.
yes, it
Now,
is.
we have had women that came up missing, that's even been dismembered, or and still haven't been found to this day. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So when you say dating, if this is somebody that you are attracted to, somebody, make sure you still take precautions
Take precautions. Public places, and
because
the best thing.
anybody could be a nice person. Anybody can be cool.
I personally say, if you're dating, I think you should be driving in your own car. For first of all.
I take my own vehicle every time.
Take your own car. Take a Lyft, Uber, whatever
Mhm.
you have to do, especially somebody you don't know. Why are you riding in a car with somebody you really don't know?
Well, I'm not gonna take an Uber or Lyft either because they take too long. I'm like, if I need to hurry up and
Well,
get out
I'm
of here, I'm
saying,
jumping in my
I'm
car and
saying,
go. But if you
I,
don't have a car, that is the way to go.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't, or have a friend drop you off or something and pick you up. But don't take it thinking that you hopping in the car with this person that you all know only from the internet to take you home.
Yes.
You might not make it.
Yes. That's true. That's true. I mean, that's not just for women. That's also for men
Oh,
as well.
oh, I
Because
stories. Oh, for men too.
yeah,
Kidnap men from women.
they being drugged, they being set up to be robbed, you know,
Rape.
and you thinking you going back to this place to just sleep with this woman. I know how many times we've seen on certain movies or certain, social media sites to where you sleep with this person, then all of a sudden, while they walking out the door, there's a bum rush of men that come in with guns,
Mm,
or either she
mm,
slipped something in your drink and she didn't rob you. You really don't know these people that you're going on a date with. But
right.
but have your boundaries set, even the grounds to where, okay, we're not going back to your place. I'm letting you know right now, you're not getting no Kit Kat, you ain't getting no pickles. We getting a meal from the restaurant and we're going home.
Yes. And I'll call you tomorrow.
That's if the date went well. Because I
Yeah,
told
that's
I
what
told you
they
about my
go
words
about.
this date, but we do have to be careful out there. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about, the topic at hand where, you know, uh once you're in a relationship with somebody or you're married to them, after 10 years, and I'm sorry if you still dating at 10 years, I'm gone anyway. But after that period of time, they decide to cheat. Are you willing to stay in a relationship? So
Yeah.
we'll be back right after this.
Good afternoon. This is Johnny from Employed by Nobody, serial entrepreneur, proud black business owner, and so my set apart is a part of my story. It raised me. It runs through my veins. I'm so proud. I'm so inspired. I'm just so happy to see the legacy continuing, and I support Samaj Set Apart.
Hello, family. My name is Sishman Rimson. I am the CEO of SMR Security Services. I'm also a regional vice president with Primerica Financial Services. Look, guys, I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I am blessed to be in business and partnership with Samaj Set Apart. The owners of that company are my friends, my brother and sister in Christ. Listen, I support Samaj Set Apart, and guess what? You should too.
Hello, it's me, Chef Tish. I'm the owner operator of Tish's Homestyle Cooking. I'm always rocking that Samaj on y'all daily. I support Samaj Set Apart.
My name's Warren G. with the Young Millionaire in Training, financial coaching and financial literacy platform, and I support Samaj Set Apart.
Hi, my name is Sierra Parker, and I'm the CEO and founder of Queening in My Purpose nonprofit organization. I'm so proud that my organization is partnered with Samaj Set Apart. Thank you guys for being such amazing people. I support Samaj Set Apart.
Hey y'all, it's Brother Freddie, Mr. 50, Mr. 5. I'm stepping in from the shoe shop with day one, Samaj La Familia. And I'm just stepping in to say that myself and the family, we support Samaj Set Apart.
Love you, Uncle Drop.
I'm Donald Mays, and I approve this message.
Yes, congratulations to Samaj Set Apart. They celebrated their 5th anniversary of being in business last week. So we like to say congratulations. We love you and we're so proud of you. Now, as y'all seen, sometime I'm on the show or when I'm out and about doing the community work, y'all see me with some of the gear from Samaj Set Apart. If you are interested, just please hit me up and I can connect you because they do ship as well. but they also got a beautiful line for women's on the 2-piece sets. I'm gonna get me a piece. I'm telling you, I'm getting me one. So make sure y'all just send it over to me, the request, the size, your number, and I'll hand it over to Samal Set Apart, and he can take care of you. Also, remember that on hold on just a minute. We just I don't know what happened to this thing. Give us just a second. We having a small technical difficulty. And we'll be with you in just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Now we okay, there we go. So we're trying to get disconnected from this other. I don't know what's going on here. Give us just a second. Okay, can y'all hear me out there? I'm trying to disconnect this. I don't know what could have happened. I do apologize for this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Now, as you've seen, that we also have the poetry contest going on with Jay Shanique's Poetry Corner. Make sure that you go to Jay Shanique's Poetry Corner on Facebook and submit your poetry piece. The deadline is April 30th, which is tomorrow. So make sure y'all get that in. Also, make sure that you go to the TikTok or either my page on Facebook. Submit a purple heart. That's all you have to do. A purple heart. And you can enter the contest to win one of 2 Mother's Day gift basket raffles. Also, you can also go on TikTok, do the same thing. So just make sure that y'all submit it in. We will be announcing the winners on May 13th. Okay, I know y'all can see, but I couldn't see it. I was like, where would everybody go to? Okay. Oh God, that was scary for me. But now we're gonna go to the topic at hand, which is I know some people they can bypass 3 years, they could be married to 10, 25 years. But Dwight's post had specifically asked, after being with somebody for 10 years, and they decided to cheat, could you stay in that relationship? We're gonna go over to Denise.
Well, it would be difficult, but I can't be a hypocrite. But I honestly, I can say I probably would give the person another chance.
Okay, and tell me, what would be the reason why you feel like you should give your relationship or marriage another? Because I know when you say relationship, that's one thing, but when you say a marriage, there was vows taken behind it. But when you're in a relationship, not, there's not so much of vows taken. It's more or less that we're in a relationship, but we have an understanding that we are to be faithful to each other.
Um, I have, well, with just the relationship part, I can't, I couldn't see myself being with somebody for 10 years and not be with them. So I've never had to be in that position where I have to worry about a relationship. Uh, I never had to deal with that. So I can only speak from a marriage point of view. And I would definitely would say I would give the person a secondary chance.
Okay. So, because I know some people, they say, well, because I love him and he's never cheated before. I mean, what would be a justification for that,
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Some of them, when you ask them, well, why are you staying in this relationship in marriage? If he turned around and cheated on you, and they more, some of them do use the excuse as, well, I do love him, and we've been together, we got history. I mean, do you feel those are justification reasons?
No, I don't think they're justification reasons. Everybody have their own reasons, but it's a part of it. That's so difficult. I would have to say, like, maybe I don't. That one's very hard. That's very hard because a lot of people do say that.
Yeah, they do use that as an excuse. Now, King
Yeah.
D, tell me, what is your feeling on when a person's been together for 10 years, whether marriage or relationship? What is your feeling on after 10 years that the person decided to cheat?
Okay, well, after 10 years, whew, that's a long time. But um, I feel like, okay, I'm the type of person that if it was me, I would be like, okay, what? I will try to second guess myself. I will look at the whole relationship, and I'll say, okay, what did I do something to make you want to go do that? Because sometimes in relationships, it could be where the other person, whoever the person that cheated is, they can feel unwanted, they can feel unappreciated, they can feel it's a lot of reasons of why they decided to go cheat. Not necessarily meaning that they don't want you, but you probably neglected them, or you probably were too caught up with, got busy or whatever. Because everybody gets vulnerable. Let's just be honest. Everybody gets vulnerable, and if you're not paying attention to your spouse or your relationship, it will slip away. I'm not making it as an excuse. I'm just saying. So, um, that's that. But the way I look at it is, I probably would forgive the first time around if it was something that I did wrong. I probably would. Now, the first time on me, the second time, that's on you. We finna fight. I'm going to jail. All that, because I don't play that. But but yeah, that's just the way I look at it. And we have to also think that don't let no one tell you more than once that they don't want you. If they don't want you, they're going to show you that they don't want you. So if they constantly cheating and constantly this, that, and it's always something, they don't want you. Move on. That's it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Because honestly, in my position, I wouldn't want nobody that don't want me. That's the worst feeling to live with. Well, he just with me because he don't want to hurt me.
Yeah.
But you brought up good reasons and you brought up a good logic to it. But my thing is that I guess some of us are kind of stern on that because we've been through so much. Because like myself, I've been cheated on, and it's like you get exhausted because you're like, okay, I've never cheated on these people. What is it to where they feel like they got to step out? But like you said, it's true. Sometimes we need to step back and look in the mirror because it's probably something that we're neglecting, that we're depriving them of. Not saying that it's a good reason, because we could talk continuously all day, talk about communication.
Right.
But if you don't properly communicate with each other, and then the response is not there the way it's supposed to be, it can kind of put somebody into that position of being cheated on. You know,
But it's
Because
no
we also
excuse.
we
It's really no
we
excuse
all
for cheating in the first place.
yeah.
There's none.
There's
Zero.
that's true. There's no excuse. But you have to also think that in 10 years, imagine what like I know people that's been married 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I know people that's been married that long, and 10 years is already a long time. And you in the middle of those 10 years, you got this person going through midlife crisis, you got this person going through the menopause, you got this person going through
mm,
the kids acting crazy, and maybe just maybe somebody focused on more on the kids or the family and neglected their spouse. Have you ever thought about that? Neglected
Yeah.
their so
Yeah.
so you
The-
also I'm not saying it's a justification. I'm not saying it's a
mhm.
justification for cheating. I'm saying it happens. It's nature. It happens. Everybody get vulnerable. Everybody gets in it. Like you can't expect someone to be vulnerable for so long. You can't
But
expect for somebody to feel neglected for so long. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying it's just what it is. I mean, just being
mhm.
honest. But now, if it was a situation where you just cheating just to cheat, or you just
mm.
like you, I'm giving you my full undivided attention, and you still go out and cheat. That's where we have a problem,
So you
because
just that's just a trifling
that's
person.
yeah, exactly. But if it was something that I did, and I know that I did, that I okay, sit back and say, okay, I know we were supposed to talk about going on let's say going on a couples trip, but
Hmm.
I got so caught up in work, I got so caught up in the kids, I got so caught up, and I just said forget it. You have been wanting to for the past month, but I've been too caught up in work, I've been too caught up and you're gonna get vulnerable. You got your pearl tongue gonna go say, hey, I need attention, and you're gonna
Right.
go seek that attention, so it's just I mean, it's just human nature.
Yeah,
And
and
But
I'm
you
not saying
also
it's
got to
an
look
excuse.
at there are mothers out there that work full time and they come home, they cook, they clean, they do this, but
Mm-hmm.
they say they tired. Now I know, like my grandmother coming up, my grandmother's like, when you married to a husband, you're not supposed to turn him down. You're not supposed to tell him no. You're not supposed to allow him to go without. But these women nowadays, they're so headstrong to where they're like, no means no. Like this is a rape session or something. Like, no, if you're
Mm-hmm.
married to somebody, my thing is that there should be some sort of communication. Say, well, babe, let's make a date, let's make a schedule or whatever. But we got to think outside the box, because sometimes we could be thinking selfishly, like, okay, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
tired, but I still got to show my man attention. Do you
yeah,
Right.
agree? And
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
true. That's
Yeah.
I
true.
agree. I agree to a point, but but some people want to try to make that excuse too cheap, like when the person's just too tired or they're sick or something, and they make it. Well, I have needs. I have needs. No, you need to sit down and pay attention to your spouse, and to not to go too far back to rebut on that. That's where with the cheating arrow, with maybe the person neglect or whatever. The thing is called communication, and if you're not talking, the person don't know.
Right.
We If people cannot read your mind, you have to talk. If you have to draw it on the board, look, I'm warning you right now. Look at here. I'm just
Ex-
saying. It's
Exactly. And I
communication.
mean, a lot of us say, okay, communication, communication. But do we properly know how to communicate with one another?
Well,
Do we
some
know
people
how
don't.
to communicate with each other?
Some people don't. There's some people don't know how to communicate. Not everybody knows how to communicate. Some people want to try to rush you through communicate. They don't want to spend the time for listening to you talk, or they just want to. They want you to say what they want you to say and not listen.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go to Dominique on this, because you hear this out there as well, to where the person said the reason why they cheated after so many years is because it's born in the bedroom now. There's nothing new, or they don't want to fulfill my fantasies. What do you feel about that part there?
I feel like that it goes far as who you got in a relationship with. Maybe maybe that person is just not interested in all the flipping and turning and jumping up and down. Maybe that person's just not interested in it, or y'all never did that before. I understand this stuff get boring, but you got to also understand, like, who did you get in a relationship with? You know that this person doesn't like that type of stuff, and there's more. I mean, I know there's more things to do in a bedroom than just, one thing, but
Hmm.
some people just don't, some people just not into that. And, you just got to know who you're getting in a relationship with. Hey, let's try something new. And if they rebuttal, if they be like, oh, wait a minute, they just know that that person's not interested in that, but, I mean,
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna agree with you because see, sometimes we get into something, and because we love that person, we just settle for it, you know,
mhm,
and not
Yeah,
look at the fulfillment of everything. Does she or he fulfill me to the fullest,
yeah,
or
exactly.
am I
yeah.
just settling because I do truly love the character, the mind, and the stand of this person, but
Hmm.
the bedroom is just not it for us. What you think, Denise?
But sometimes it's also that the relationship can start off hot. You can start off
Yeah.
heat, burning down buildings and stuff. But then you start getting towards them 40s, and you start going towards them 50s, and you start heading toward them 60s. And
Getting those
say,
high flashes and mood swings.
yes, you. And sometimes I be like, sit your old behind down because we're not trying to make any children. Sit down.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna touch on something because I do a lot of research and I
Uh-huh.
listen to a lot of people when they talk. So it's like now you have these that got what they made, and then later on in life in their relationship, they end up the sex drive goes up. So they hunger for more. But
Mhm.
the spouse is like, look, I'm not young no more. I'm old. I can't be doing it that many times. I mean, how do you deal with a person like that to keep because then at that point, they feel like that's why I went outside. I love you, but you don't want to do it as much as me. My drive is up there now. So how do you handle something like that, Dominique?
I mean, I'm not old, so I wouldn't know yet. But I would, I, but I mean, if it was me, and I because mainly it's the men. Women, sex drive goes away very, very from being around older women. Women's sex drive goes away because you got old men in their 70s still having kids, like still getting it up
Hmm.
like they just young. You know what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
think it's more so women that sex drive kind of diminish. And I mean, I actually seen this on a show like a couple of days ago where the lady was like, you doing too much. So she went to the XXX store and she got him a pocket P word. And she was like, use this. If you feel like that, just use this. And he used it. He was using it because and I think that's a good. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. It should be from cheating. You cheating on me with a doll. So I mean, that's not really cheating.
Yeah,
So
see,
I
that
think
reminds me because I'm into this
that
show
would be a good
called
idea.
Fatima, and I love this show, and it tripped me
Yeah,
out
that's
because
exactly where I
Fatima,
seen it at. That's exactly where I
yeah.
seen it at.
So that would comes to my next
She gave
question
him that
because you
pocket.
don't find too many women like that or men to be faced with that. Now, if that woman said like, okay, it's just too much, I need a break, so I got you a side chick, but the side chick was actually just a plastic toy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the
it
look on his
was.
face was priceless. So my thing is, if your woman
Zach
was to
was in
come
that
to
bed.
you like that,
Zach was in that bed using that thing.
yeah, he did. So if you're, I'm gonna ask you, and I ain't trying to get. I know your woman gonna be like, okay, she getting too far in my business. But how would you deal with a woman? Now, what would your response? Would it be to the point to like Zach, or would you be? What would you do?
Uh, if I was the man, or wait,
Yeah.
what you asked?
Okay. Like
If
if the woman
okay, so
says,
if it was
okay,
me and
yeah. If they say, well, okay, two.
I'm gonna go buy my own toy. I can go buy my own pocket. I don't need you to buy mine because I need to know the right size, the right length. I need all that. So I'm gonna go buy my
I know that's right.
Oh my goodness.
But what make you think that's your woman? Wouldn't she know the size too?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but if I'm that desperate to, get it, the way I get it. I'm gonna fly. I don't care if it's in the middle of the night. I'm gonna go fly and get my own. I want to be on Amazon. For real.
Now, Denise, if you
Mhm.
was facing a
I'm just
situation to
I'm
where
just being honest. I'm gonna give
hey, we appreciate the honesty, because there's another man out there that probably feel the same way you do.
Yes.
But Denise, now what if
Yeah.
this situation flipped on you to where, because I know when I became 42, things flipped, so it's like up there. So you being as a woman, how
Mhm.
would you handle that with your man? Because see, like with Dominique, me and Dominique know, Fatima handed him a toy. Now with you, for your man to tell you, okay, you know what, Denise, you just wanted too much. I need a break. How would you handle that? And what would be your response if he handed you a toy?
I would hand it back and say, I got Jesus.
Lord, but Jesus can't help you in that
Oh my
department,
God.
girl. Come on now.
I'll be honest with you. I would not use a toy. I'll
Yeah,
be
I was like, man,
honest.
they ain't got
I'm
nothing
gonna
to do
be
with Jesus.
totally honest with you. I will not use a toy. I won't use a toy. I'm at a time in my life where I know that's not the right thing to do. So I just wouldn't use no toy. I just have to deal with it. I occupy
Now,
my time. I'm gonna occupy my time. Kickboxing, boxing, running, jogging, watching TV. Do something with yourself
yeah,
until you're ready.
yeah. Now, my thing is like,
Get him some Viagra or something.
do you feel like, okay, if they feel like that, do you feel like that justifies because you wanted too you wanted too much? Do you think that justifies for them to go outside and cheat though, or
No,
do you feel like they should just step out the relationship?
I'm personally okay. I'm just gonna go back to how we gonna say. Let's say I don't want it. I don't want it because that's where I'm at right now. I don't want it, and the man wants it more. And he's with me. You best not cheat. You better go do what you got to do. I don't care if you got to go run, jog, do whatever you got to do to sustain yourself until I am ready.
Hmm. True, true.
But cheating is not one of them.
Same question to King D.
Oh, what was the question?
The question was is
I was trying to
that
look at my exit.
do you feel that if they don't accept the toy, whatever, or if they feel like they're not getting enough, does that justify the cheating after 10 years or any time?
No, no, it don't. It don't justify the. It doesn't just. You don't go cheat. That doesn't give you grounds to go cheat. They just give you grounds to go take a cold shower. I mean, that's the best I can put it. Or go buy. I mean, if you don't want to go, the toy. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Because I mean, you
I
have
don't
some
know.
people they're allergic to plastic. So what you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're just gonna have to wait.
But I
Or go
mean,
wax off.
how long should they have to wait? Being that you're not as active as they are.
Hmm. Well, that's an easy question.
I mean, you should. I mean, but honestly, you shouldn't let your spouse wait that long. I mean,
No.
yeah, you're gonna have to eventually give. You're gonna have to eventually give because at the end of the day, they're still human. We have to think about it.
Yes.
They're human, and just because you say no does not mean that they're not gonna go fight. Because you like that old saying, well, one person won't do, another person will. So you always
Hmm.
gotta put that in the back of your mind, like I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go cheat, and then that gives them. Oh well, I didn't mean to, but they're gonna. The first thing they'll say, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to go cheat, but you wouldn't giving
It
it
was
to
an
me. You wouldn't
accident.
giving it up. Yeah,
And
it
that's
was an
my next
accident
question because,
they get
like Latasha
vulnerable.
said, she don't like toys. I don't like toys either. If it ain't the real thing, I don't want it.
Mhm.
I'll suffer.
Mhm.
But my thing is that when you get to that point, do you feel like okay, it's not a justification, but do you think those are grounds and reasonable causes to say okay, I'm done with the relationship?
If it's a continuous
Uh,
thing,
If it's what, Denise?
continuance.
Mm.
If they continue to cheat, and after you forgive them the first time for the slip up, if you continue to cheat, then after a while, I'm gonna have to let you go.
yeah, Yeah,
Because
I agree. I
that
agree.
means you don't love me, that you don't love me enough. You're telling me that you love my private parts more than you love me.
Well, you know what?
Mhm.
I still thinking about this because I have my sissy and she's on here now. And we had that discussion and she brought up a point and I still wrestle with it. But she also told me, she said, because they cheated does not mean that they don't love you.
No,
So
Yeah.
you don't
what
love me enough. I'm sorry, you can kind of love me, but if you don't love me unconditionally, that you don't. Even if that's a illusion. If you're trying to tell me uh cheating, you can cheat on me and not care about my feelings, that means you don't love me enough. You don't.
Okay. What if they were vulnerable? What if they ain't had none and you were been refusing to give them some?
Find Jesus.
but a lot of people does say that. They say, well, I got Jesus. My
Find
thing is
them.
my thing is that yeah, you can have love for God. I love him with all my heart.
Hmm.
But and my thing is that I wasn't yearning it. I'm not gonna talk about anything else, but I wasn't yearning it at first because it was a mental thing for me. I
Hmm.
shut myself down. But
Right.
my thing is that when you are married, there's a certain, like you said, boundary. I think that was one of the viewers said, there's boundaries and there's a commitment. So I mean, I'm a strong believer because I came from old school. You're not
Hmm.
supposed to deny your husband.
Nope, you're not supposed to deny them. But if you're not feeling well, if you just that time, you just worn out, tired. Don't expect the person to give it up at those times. You need to have patience with them. You got some men that want it all week long. And that's not reality.
Okay. Well, let me ask y'all this. Now this question here, think carefully about it. Because even though it's been 10 years or
Hmm.
any amount of time,
Right.
after you decided to forgive this person and like, okay, let's work through this. Could you honestly feel comfortable in revisiting that bedroom with that same person that cheated on you?
It would take some.
Um,
It'll take some time.
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
I believe it'll take time, but I believe that the only way it'll be easier for a person that to go back in the bedroom with the same person that cheated on them. I feel like it's at the point of forgiveness. Like you've already forgiven that person. Because if you're still mad at that person, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
You're just not. But
But see,
once you forgive
that's
them,
the thing
it
about
becomes
forgiveness.
easier.
People say they forgive, but do you
Hmm.
truly forgive? Because when you forget, you let it go, and you start from there in healing.
You would
Yeah.
And
never. You would. You would. I believe that you will never uh, truly forgive somebody for cheating on you because that's a betrayal, and that's something that you will never forget. So if you don't forget, you haven't forgave yet. That's just what it is. So you'll never forgive somebody for cheating.
Hmm.
That's something that you'll never ever ever forgive. Like you'll go on and you'll love that person. The love will still remain the same. You'll go back to
Hmm.
loving them, but you'll never forgive them because anytime you get mad, anytime you something don't go your way, that's the first thing that's
Hmm.
gonna fly off your tongue. Oh, well, you slept with so and so and so and so. That's gonna be the first thing that you say.
then that's not
So you're
Oh
forgiveness.
never gonna
wow.
forgive them.
That's not forgiveness.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
not.
You're never gonna forgive them, and it's always gonna be in the back of your mind. No matter how you look at it, no matter what. You can remarry this person, vows can be renewed, and you're
Hmm.
still you're gonna think about it because it's gonna be unanswered. There's gonna be a lot of unanswered questions. Why you do me like that, and they never answer you. Why you choose that person? Does that person look better than me, or that person bigger than me, or is that person more they butt bigger? Is their boot like whatever they like? Is it bigger? Is it better? It's always gonna be in your mind. So you're never gonna forgive them.
I
Hmm.
know with me, I can relate to that topic because my thing is that like one of my exes, wanted to come back. Is more than one to try to come back, but this other one tried to come back, and they wanted to get back together. But my thing was when I thought about it, and I had to let him know, I love myself too much than to put myself in a position whether I could trust you again or whether you would do it
Mhm.
again. If I love myself that much, why would I allow myself to go through that?
Hmm.
What do you think, Denise?
Sure. Lord have mercy. Um, I can't. Well, I have forgiven before, so and yes, it does sit in the back of your mind. Would I go back to certain people? No. Certain people? No. But yeah, I have forgiven, and I try to let go.
And that's one thing I could say. I have forgiven to where I'm actually friends with all my exes except for two, and one of them because he's a narcissist. The other
Mm,
one, he just won't take the fact that it's over. You know, and my thing is that when you forgive, you could go on. And a lot of
mhm.
people don't realize that when you actually forgiving the person, hey Tish, Tish Chef Baker, she said, I came to realize even though you may forgive, the trust is broken and hard to fix.
It's hard. It's very hard. It's hard to. It's hard to forget, and it's hard. You can forgive, but it is hard to forget.
Yeah,
You,
you'll always remember it.
you'll always remember that this person stepped out on you, and you always have that. Unfortunately, some people develop that insecurity real easily, where this person go out to work and they don't come back on time, or they go out with friends, or they hanging out with their buddies, or they hanging out with their girls. You're gonna always wonder if this person out there cheating on me.
Yeah, it's true. And see, my thing is, it's just like King D said. Well, and I've been through that, what he spoke on. Like, well, is it because I don't have a big enough butt or I don't have one at all? Is it because he's not attracted to me anymore? Is it because I gained
Hmm.
weight? Is it because I lost too much weight? What was it about me to where you feel like you have to be with this one here?
Yes,
Yeah, my thing is, I had one man tell me, he said, only because we slept with somebody else doesn't mean we're more attracted to them than you. What do
I've
you think
heard that
about that?
before. I heard that before too.
Yeah,
And that doesn't make you feel any kind of better. That's what kind of makes you feel worse. Just
yeah,
worse.
yeah,
Because it's like you're telling me that, oh, you didn't sleep with that person because you wanted to, but you didn't give a crap about how I would feel about it.
yes, yes. And Tish says, "Good to see y'all back." Yes, baby, we back. I had to take 7 months off, but I'm back, baby, and it feels good. Glad to see
Hmm.
you on. She said, "It is never us. They are the." See what she says? She said, "It is never us. They are the problem. We always blame ourselves." We do tend to do that because we look at, the other woman, you know, like, okay, what was it to where you geared for me? At first, I was all you needed. I was the jewel in your
Everything.
eye. But now I'm looking at this woman, and what is it about her? And
Hmm.
sometimes I know a man had made a statement that because my wife didn't want to work, she doesn't do anything anymore. This one here, she
Hmm.
has her own business. She has a moment. She has a drive. She wants to do this. I mean, but still, this is the woman you chose. You
Hmm.
should have known what you wanted when you chose it. And this is what people struggle with when I bring this to them, is the fact
Hmm.
that you complain about this person you was with, but that's the person you chose to be with.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Because you said that. Ladies and gentlemen, don't take it where because they have. I'm gonna put it on there and say not in just a female side, but I'm going to say the victim side of the cheater, because I've seen men broken because they in love with this woman. That's their wife. They're their everything, and they find out the woman cheat on them too, and. Ain't it's nothing worse than seeing a grown man cry over a woman that cheated on him.
Exactly. And I mean, that's my weakest thing. I can't
Hmm.
take my weakness is seeing a man cry.
Oh my
But
goodness.
yes. But
Mm.
Camilla says if you cheat, you stay where you are because it is not fair to the other spouse. I agree with that. I agree.
Yes.
I feel that fully. And I mean, you fight with because like I was also faced against the thing like, well, if you say something like that, that's just like you giving him to the other woman. What are you talking about? No, if I tell you that she can have you or you do better over there, it's because I see that's what you're showing more attention to. Because
Mm-hmm.
you giving that more lust than you giving right here. It's not that I'm
Yes.
giving you away. You already gave yourself away. You're like
You
my
give
ex said, he says, oh, you didn't fight for me. What was there to fight for? You was already gone. When you entered between those legs, you was gone. You broke it with me. And that's what they don't understand. And that's even with women.
Yes. 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 If you are giving what God has given to me away, you, first of all, you didn't care about me or God because you gave it away.
And see that's how I felt, and I feel like it's unfair because if I'm sitting here and like I've tried to explain to a guy, when I lay down with a man, it's because I feel something towards him. It's not just a game. It's not just something to do or I'm bored. It's because I have that connection with you. So when I express everything I do physically to you in the bedroom, that's just for you.
For you.
So now when you step outside of me, it's like, am I doing something that is not satisfying to you because you haven't talked to me? Am I doing something not to pick my nails not looking the same way it did? My face don't look the same. What is it to where you telling me that was a justification for cheating?
There is no justification for it. For either party, there's absolutely zero excuses for any person to cheat on the person they claim that they love. There is none. There is zero. Oh, don't come with the accidents. Don't come with you didn't do enough for me. Don't come with I felt like I wasn't getting enough attention. I don't want to hear none of that.
Okay, but what if, just to be fair, what if you wasn't giving them enough attention?
If I wasn't giving them enough attention, there's still no excuse. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't giving you the attention that you needed, but it's still no excuse.
Yeah, and I agree with Camilla. She said temptation is so dangerous to go both ways. It is. It's very dangerous, and it is deadly.
Because we got some crazy. The times have changed since we were dating. You know that, Spicy. These women today, and I'm sorry, ladies, I don't care, but you women have gone nuts. Y'all don't care about nobody's relationship. Some of y'all don't respect no marriages, no boyfriend, girlfriends. Y'all don't respect nothing. You just want what the other person have, and you think is better.
Yeah, sometimes that is true, and sometimes it's not. But I mean, for example, one guy said, because you hear this as well, they put it to where I can do what you don't do. And I'm gonna go. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go to Dominique because this is a man. Where the man said, because I've been in that situation where even I've told him, I said, I don't disrespect you like that. Or how would you feel if I did what she did? Because that's like what you're attracted to. Well, that's different because you're my woman. But you're showing that attention.
Okay, so now what?
What is your opinion on when men say that? Well, you I can do it, but you can't.
No double standard.
No. Yeah, that's a double standard. Yeah, no. Because the way I look at it is like, say, if I get cheated on, you a dog and I'm a dog too. Like, I'm still young, don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? But if you gonna come out, if you gonna cheat on me, I'm gonna show you how to cheat. Like I'm just being honest. I'm gonna show you who the real dog is. Like, you a Chihuahua, I'm a pit bull, and I'm gonna show out. You know what I'm saying? You think I got this handsome face for no reason?
Crazy. Now Tish says communication is key. Be able to tell me something is off. Be able to say what's the problem. Give me a chance to fix whatever. Yes.
I said that earlier. Yeah, communication. If you
don't communicate with me, then it's not my fault. It's not my fault because you didn't tell me. You didn't give me the opportunity to fix it or work it out.
I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? Like I don't want to go rehash it, but sometimes you have people out there, you can talk to them, but they don't want to hear what you have to say anyway.
But see, you gotta look at too that those people want to have their way. And see, that's what I had to face
Yeah.
too with the narcissism I was with. You know,
Mhm.
Yes.
they want to have their way. They don't want to give
Mhm.
up what they know is disrespectful or what
Yeah.
what is considered disrespectful because
Right.
they don't want to let go. They are
Mm.
comfortable, but they don't want you to do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was about to say that some people are just not open to communication. Like period. Like you can't talk to them, you can't, hash out anything with them. They just not open to communication. So it's hard to communicate. God dang, I gotta turn right here. Please let me in. Thank you. Uh some people just not open to communication. So it's hard to talk to somebody like that. And they
Mhm.
like Spicy said, it's because they're stuck in their ways. They're selfish. That's a selfish behavior to have. And
Exactly.
they stuck in their ways and they want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. So
Mhm.
is it's no talking to them. They're gonna do what they want to do regardless at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they don't want to change. And Camilla says just envying people that had to work hard for what they got. People just don't value them,
Nope.
value themselves. That's exactly right. I agree
I
with that.
agree.
I agree with
I
that.
agree. Mhm. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. So, me, I'm gonna say, when you're in a relationship, decide before you enter that relationship, decide what you really want out of the relationship.
Yes.
And then evaluate who you getting in a relationship with.
Mhm.
Only because they look fine or they got a nice body. Remember that gravity takes place in a certain point of your life.
Yes.
So they're not gonna always have that body, and so many surgeries gonna take a toll.
Yes.
That's why I say the mind and the heart and the stand is very important.
Mhm.
It goes outside of the shell because you gotta look, that's just a sculpture right now. That's all it is. And if you go by that thinking that's gonna make you happy, you're gonna be miserable because you're with
Yeah.
somebody that can't fulfill you the way you need to be fulfilled. But see, you gotta also look at too. Don't always look for somebody else to fulfill you. Remember to fulfill yourself.
Yes.
Because if you don't, you're still gonna be lost.
Miserable. Miserable and lost.
Yes. So my thing is that this was a good topic that Dwight put on, and I really appreciate him coming with this. So I'm gonna say Tanisha's King D didn't jet it off, which we
But
understand.
he's still there.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
still
not
there,
on
but he
camera.
had to jet it. But I'm gonna give you the opportunity to give everyone that nutrition for tonight before we leave.
Okay, sure will. Giving thanks to the glory of God. I think that honesty is the best policy. If you're gonna date, date. I think you should abstain from having intercourse with anyone until you're ready and you know that this is the person you're gonna be with. I think that if you're in a committed relationship, you should forsake all others. If you're gonna get married, especially in marital vows, be honest with that person. Don't cheat on them. Because what you're giving away what God gave you that He made for you. And that goes for him or her. This is not a one-sided situation, it's two-sided. Um, that's pretty much that right there. Just be honest, communication.
Yes, yes, and I agree with that. Communication is very important in a relationship or even in a marriage. But remember when you're dating to make sure you communicate as well as what you want out of that dating period because it's just that.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally
Mm-hmm.
different from being in a relationship. It's totally different from being married. Now, I can't say when you are in a relationship, that doesn't mean because you ain't got a ring or a piece of paper that gives you the right to still deceive and betray someone. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't say that you can still be with anybody you want to. If you want to be with anybody, let that person go and then move to the next. That's what you call respect for not just for that person, but for yourself. Now, don't forget that, we do have the Mother's Day Purple Heart gift basket raffle going on. So just remember, go over to my Facebook page or TikTok page and put a purple heart. And don't forget to DM me or inbox me your phone number and you'll be entered into the contest. We will be pulling names on the 13th of May of the mother that's the winner, which is 1 out of 2. Also, let's say our prayers for the family of Tierra Strand. We will be fighting for justice as well for her. We will be having this story next week, next Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will not be viewing it airing it on Facebook. It will only be on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch due to the restrictions of Facebook. We want you to be able to get the full story out. Our prayers to go out to her children as well. This is a 25-year-old mother from Austin, Texas, and she went out to a party with some friends that turned on her. So her body was found the next day in Waco, Texas, which is not where she was living. So we will be talking and discussing that story next week.
Allegedly. We gotta say allegedly.
We're not saying the friends did it. We just said she went out with the friends. That wasn't allegedly.
Yes. Allegedly.
Okay. So tune in next week and we'll have that live. Y'all have a blessed week. Much love from all of us here at the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. And thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.